A historically segregated section of South St. Pete now asking for major change.
We just got our hands on a letter from the Campbell Park neighborhood asking FDOT and Forward Pinellas to prioritize the reimagining of I-175 and what they would like to see next. 10 Tampa Bay reporter Andrea Lyon joining us now in the studio live with what South St. Pete could soon look like. Andre?
Hey, good morning, Jameson and Caitlin. At 11 o'clock this morning, transportation leaders will take a seat at their executive meeting with this as their top priority. This is a look at what the historically segregated area of Campbell Park, that neighborhood, looked like before I-175 was built. And in this letter to Forward Pinellas, people living in Campbell Park say the divide has been both emotional and a physical divide, not only originally separating South St. Pete from the rest of the growing city, but today impacts those who live there from getting around using buses, bikes, or by walking. With FDOT getting ready to study this stretch of I-175 in just a few months, the association is asking to be reconnected to the city. They'd like to see the interstate essentially erased and switched back to the original version. And Campbell Park isn't the only group pushing for a change. A new petition just popped up asking for I-175 to be reimagined too, but they'd like to see a boulevard instead.
To get downtown, it's rather difficult due to the limited options. 175 cut off the street grid back in the 70s when it was created, and it's still cut off, and it's just too difficult to get downtown for a lot of my neighbors.
Now, Justin, the guy you just heard from, he says he'd like to see 175 demolished and turned into a boulevard, making more space for affordable housing or green space. Now, Forward Pinellas will not take any action on this today. They tell me it's now in FDOT's hands, which has set aside $800,000 for that I-175 study, which is expected to happen later this year. In the studio, Andrea Lyon, 10 Tampa Bay.